Hi BookTube, Lynette here, and today's video is going to be a quick wrap up of my 2023 reading year. If you've seen my previous video, which was my goals roundup, then you know that I hit my three main goals. So I just thought I would give you some interesting stats or some stats that I find interesting anyway. So in terms of the number of books, I finished 97 books in the year. I read a mixture of physical, ebook and audiobook, and the percentages for that were 49% digital, which were 48 ebooks, 9% audio, and that was 8 audiobooks in total. And the remaining 42% were physical books, and that equaled 40 books. I read across 6 different genres. I read romance, fantasy, sci-fi, other, which is anything that isn't any of those, crime, mystery, thriller, which I include as one genre type, and non-fiction. There were 55 romance novels, 14 fantasy, 10 sci-fi, 9 other, 8 crime, mystery and thriller, and 1 non-fiction. I also read 34 authors that were completely new to me. I had never read them before. My average rating for the year was 3.52, and the month with the highest average rating was January, when my average was 3.97. I only had one new 5-star book this year, and that was The Opposite of Butterfly Hunting by Ivana Lynch. This is a book that is still on my mind even now, even a few months after I finished it. 79 of the 97 books were also in a series, so that's quite good. I made some good progress in some series. I brought some up to date. I do at some point want to go into a proper overview of how I did with series this year, so I'm not going to say too much more about that here. Number of pages, I read 31,366 pages in total. Now this isn't the actual total within books, because this has been taken from Storygraph, and because I log my reading every single day with them, it does include the pages that I've read from books that I haven't yet finished. So any that I've carried on from a previous year but still haven't finished, or any that I hadn't finished by the time I got to the end of December. They have all been included in those figures as well. My best reading month for average pages was May, when I read 3,809 pages. The split between books lengths are as follows. 27% of the books that I read had 299 pages or less. 60% of the books that I read had between 300 and 499 pages, and the remaining 13% had 500 pages or more. There were an average of 356 pages per book. My shortest book read is 58 pages, and that was The Hidden by Jessie Donovan. And the longest book was Guns Blazing, which was an anthology of short romances based in mafia romances, and that came in at 799 pages. I listened to a total of 99 hours and 40 minutes of audio. So I didn't quite meet my goal, but I got very, very close, and I'm very, very pleased with that. Of that, all of the books that I listened to, all the audiobooks, were between 8 and 16 hours long. And just a couple of other stats which I've forgotten to add in elsewhere. 98% of the books that I read were fiction, and 2% were non-fiction. And I took the average time it took me to finish a book was 31 days. The shortest time for me to finish a book was 1 day, and that was A Wild Ride by Vivian Arend. There were a couple of those that have only taken 1 day, but that was the first one of the year. And the longest time it took me to read a book was 411 days, and that was The Power by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I hope the stats lovers among you have enjoyed this video. Are there any stats that I haven't given that you would be interested in? Let me know and I'll see if I can figure them out. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!